Hello, my name is Liz, and in this lesson I want to look at the different types of questions that the examiner might ask you in IELTS Speaking Part 1. Now, as you know, you need to prepare lots of different topics. So, for example, family, hobbies, going out, birthdays. But you also need to prepare for different types of questions. So even though the examiner will ask you about different topics, the questions are often the same. So let's have a look at some common questions for IELTS Speaking Part 1. So let's take a look at a common topic, and that's the topic of cooking. It is a common topic to get in Speaking Part 1. Now you can see a list of questions here. So let's take a look at these questions more closely. What you can see is that each question begins with a different question word. And this is very important to understand about Speaking Part 1, because every topic that you get in Speaking Part 1 can have questions that start with these question words. So, for example, how often do you cook? This is looking at frequency, so the number of times you cook in a week or in a month. Who usually does the cooking? This is a person, so either you or someone else in your family. Where did you learn to cook? So this is a place. Did you learn to cook in your own home, or was it in a school or on a course? When did you learn to cook? This is for a time. So for this you'll need to give a date, or for example, 10 years ago, or when I was a child. How long have you been cooking? Another common question. This is about the length of time. So you could say, I've been cooking for 6 years. And that means I started cooking 6 years ago. And of course, what kind of dishes do you like? This is also a common question. So for example, do you like spicy dishes, chicken dishes, what kind? So these question words are very important, and you need to listen for them in the Speaking Part 1 test so that you can give the right information in your answer. And here are more questions that are very common in IELTS Speaking Part 1. So you can see the first one, which is a can you question. It's very common to get this for any topic. Can you swim? Can you dance? Can you cook? And you need to answer yes I can or no I can't, and add some more information. Also, we've got do you like? So this is what you enjoy. It could also be do you dislike? So listen out for that. And what's your favourite? A very common question. What's your favourite book? What's your favourite dish? What's your favourite newspaper? It could be any question like this. And again, you need to express the dish that you like most. Another one is preferring. So this is all about preferences. Do you prefer this or do you prefer this? So do you prefer eating at home or do you prefer eating out? You need to choose one and explain your preference. We've also got do you usually. So this is about your common habits, what you do frequently. So do you usually cook for yourself? And you need to answer yes or no. And again, add more information. The next one, what do you usually cook? This is about what dish. So for example, I often cook Chinese food, or I often cook vegetarian dishes. The next one is a do you ever? And this is in the present tense, so this is now. So do you ever order food delivery? And you need to say yes or no, and then explain why, or give some more examples. And the next one is have you ever? And with this question, this is actually a past tense question. So that means we're looking at what you've done in the past. So have you ever eaten any food from a foreign country? And you can say yes, and you can explain when or what kind of food it was. So again, very common questions you can get in almost any topic. Now, there are a couple more, so let's look at the last few. So here are the last two types of questions for IELTS Speaking Part 1. This one, did you ever cook when you were a child? Now, it's very important that you pay attention to this question because this is a clear past tense question about your childhood. And of course, this is testing your past tense, your grammar. So it's very important that you listen for the tense in the question because this is a language test. So if you don't give a past tense answer, that might be a problem. And the next question. Now, of course, speaking part 1 is mostly about yourself. What do you like? What do you prefer? Can you? When do you? What do you? It's mostly about yourself. But you can also get questions about people in your country or about people in general. So here we've got a question, why do some people dislike cooking? Now please, if you get a question like this, don't talk about yourself. This is about other people. So with this question, you'll need to explain why there are people who don't enjoy cooking. Well, that's all for this lesson. I'll see you again in another IELTS lesson.